Straight ahead on 12 News, a musical coup for Plymouth.
Plymouth is a great city, but we've not had anything like that.
A Hall of Fame rock band chooses to surrender at the Hilde. Plus, big park improvements planned in Golden Valley. We'll show you where. But first, it happened again. Much to the dismay of the Brooklyn Center Little League, another illegal dumping occurs on its fields. 12 News starts right now. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. Brooklyn Center Little League officials are crying foul after someone illegally dumped trash on baseball fields.
As Sonia Goins reports, this isn't the first time the league has had to deal with the issue.
The bitter winds and snow are reflective of the mood felt by Brooklyn Center Little League officials.
It's very discouraging. You know, we're trying to grow, we're trying to expand.
President Debbie Stoddard thought someone was playing a prank on her.
Like an April Fool's joke a week late.
When she got a call about the mess.
I said, "Are you kidding me?"
But it was no joke. Someone dumped debris near baseball fields on Vincent Avenue.
You know, it's trees, debris, there's some concrete piles in there.
League officials think the mess was dropped off in the past couple of days.
We have no idea where it came from.
Whoever did it went through a lot of trouble to dump the debris.
They had to move chains, they had to move cones to get back there to dump it, and they did anyway. So
the vandals also struck here at Lions Park. As you can see, this is a much bigger mess. Some of the trash has information on it that might point to who's responsible.
The city said, "Oh, you know, there's a huge mess over there, you guys need to clean it up."
The Little League will have to pay to clean up the mess. It's money the all-parent volunteer organization says it doesn't have.
Even a couple $100? I mean, that's like 2 or 3 chest protectors for our catchers that we aren't going to be able to buy.
The illegal dumpings hit hard on kids who play on these fields.
To them, it makes them feel like, why are people being mean to us? You know, why are people putting their garbage in our playing fields? Why are they putting their garbage in our parking lots?
So for now, in addition to teaching kids baseball, coaches and other staff will be on cleanup duty.
I don't know what more we can do other than building a fortress around our ballpark.
In Brooklyn Center,
bottom line, we want it to stop.
Sonia Goins, 12 News.
Last summer, someone also dumped illegal debris on the league property. That time it cost about $18,000 to clean up the trash. Several businesses stepped up to help defray the cost.
A man from New Hope is one of 2 child care officials charged with defrauding the state out of more than $100,000. Ibrahim Osman of New Hope is the assistant director of Minnesota Child Care Services in Minneapolis. Abdirazik Gair of Minneapolis is the owner and also charged. County prosecutors say the men overbilled the state's child care assistance program and then wrote checks to themselves, family members, and provided kickbacks to some parents. They are due in court later this month.
Golden Valley is preparing to revamp several area parks this summer. The signage and structures in several parks is outdated and will be replaced. This has been an ongoing project for Golden Valley. This year, 2 parks will get a major facelift. One of those is Golden Oaks off of Valders Avenue, which will get a new playground.
We get to take that old structure, remove it. We're going to install the new structure on the lower part of the park, and we'll be rebuilding the basketball court and putting an adjustable hoop, adding a new accessible trail. So that park will fundamentally be much better for neighborhood use.
Berno says the project that could have the most wow factor is the new gazebo that will be built in Brookview Park. It would be a place to have a picnic, host a wedding, or see live music. What do you want your city to look like in 10 years?
That's a question posed to residents in Brooklyn Park. And people who live or work in Brooklyn Park were able to give some input on Thursday night on the city's future. It was the first of 3 visioning sessions. It's an opportunity for residents to share what they value most and set goals for what the city could be in the year 2025.
Brooklyn Park 2025 is meant to be a very broad-based plan, to talk about where we want to go in terms of transportation, development, jobs, business growth. So it's very exciting, to have all these people here to talk about, what is that next chapter for Brooklyn Park.
There's another session in May and one more in June. Residents will also be able to give input on the city's website.
A local lawmaker is supporting legislation he says would make it easier to care for elderly family members as they recover from illness or surgery. It involves using tiny prefab homes that would sit on your property as a temporary health care dwelling. Senator John Hoffman says they could be an alternative to the high cost of assisted living facilities, and he sees a growing need.
You know, my wife would drive 60 miles to go see her mother who was in an assisted living facility, and I know if this would have been an option for us or anybody else in our family, that could have possibly worked. And it's right next door. I mean, they're right there in your backyard, right there. And they have their own. The nice thing about these little granny pods is that it's their own place.
The tiny houses are 300 square feet in size and would sit on a property for no more than a year. Under the proposal, the building could not be prohibited by local ordinance.
Maple Grove Church is hoping to reduce distrust and strengthen ties between 5 different religions in a special service this weekend. Advent Lutheran Church is inviting members of the Hindu Temple, the Jafari Islamic Center, Temple Israel, and the Baha'i Center of Minneapolis to an interfaith evening of peace. Each tradition will offer prayers, scriptures, and music. And Pastor Jim Tengblad said he got the idea when he saw the Pope at an interfaith service at Ground Zero in New York last year.
Considering all the division in our world today, religiously, politically, socially, all the anger, all the fear, distrust, I wanted to put together an evening that's encouraging to people, that brings them hope.
Reverend Tengblad says there's a common desire among all those religions for peace in the world. The public is invited to the event at 7 p.m. Sunday evening at Advent Lutheran Church on Jefferson Highway in Maple Grove.
It might be spring, but winter isn't quite done with us yet. On and off bursts of snow flurries slowed down traffic considerably for Friday morning commuters, sometimes producing near whiteout conditions for brief periods of time. The Minnesota State Patrol say there were 59 crashes in the metro Friday morning, but no accidents with serious injuries. One such crash was the accident on I-94 in Rogers, where road conditions were icy. Winter weather will not be on the mind of gardeners this weekend.
No, more than 1,000 people are expected at the annual Spring Expo at Dundee Nursery. The expo has become a spring tradition for many in Plymouth. Dundee Nursery has turned their warehouse into a space that will host vendors, garden clubs, and exhibits. The idea is for gardeners to get questions answered and start planning for their garden.
It's in the greenhouse, the sun is coming out. It's warming up, so you'll get the feeling, even though it's going to be 40s outside, when you get inside it'll feel like a tropical paradise.
Well, that sounds pretty good. One popular event is on Sunday when people can plant their own containers. Dundee will put those containers in their greenhouse, and then you can pick them up later when the weather is warmer. And if you're interested in that event, you should call and reserve your space for Sunday's garden party. Coming up, it's no trick. See which rock band is coming to Plymouth.
And then later in sports, the Maple Grove boys lacrosse team gears up for a strong season. We catch up with the Crimson.
But first, 40s and sunny on Saturday. Sunday is warmer, but there's a chance for showers.
Another big-name band is coming to Plymouth.
Cheap Trick will play at the Hilde Performance Center on Thursday night, June 9th. And as Eric Nelson found out, getting Cheap Trick is a big deal for Plymouth.
Plymouth wanted Cheap Trick, and Plymouth got Cheap Trick.
They're good rock band. They had a jumpy beat, and I like to jump.
Getting Cheap Trick to perform outdoors at the Hilde is a coup for the city.
It's a chance for us to kind of showcase our facility here, which not a lot of people know about, but it's an excellent facility. We've made a huge investment in it, and we want to be able to showcase it and have people come and enjoy it.
The timing of the Cheap Trick announcement could not be better. Cheap Trick is getting inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame tonight in Brooklyn, New York.
Really worked out well. Yeah, tickets went on sale today, and it's just a coincidence that it all happened.
Cheap Trick has sold 20 million records in 4 decades.
I saw him in the day. It was back in 1979 in Rockford, Illinois. So it was quite a time. Quite a time.
News of the Cheap Trick concert excited their fan base.
I have a CD up there. So.
Many of them are eager to see the band play again so they can turn back the musical clock.
You have fond memories of that night in Rockford?
Can't repeat any of them. Can't repeat a word. So, and I didn't do it, by the way. I did not do it.
I want you to want me.
In Plymouth, I'm Eric Nelson, Channel 12 News.
That should be fun. Plymouth officials also say that another concert is coming to the Hilde on July 30th. The name of that band will be released in a few weeks. Stay tuned.
Very cool.
Coming up, teachers put their creativity on display in Maple Grove.
But first, the Champlin Park baseball team starts off the season in style. John Jacobson has the details next in sports.
Well, the weather's not been great, but Champlin Park did get outside and play some baseball and off to a good start.
Got a good win in their season opener against a good team. The Champlin Park baseball team is hoping to be a strong contender in the Northwest Suburban Conference this spring. Rebels open the season with a tough non-conference game on the artificial turf field at Minnetonka as they face the Skippers. Champlin Park gets on the board early. Eric Pearson lifts a fly ball to right field. It's easily deep enough to score Cole Alvarez. Sacrifice fly makes it 1-0 in the top of the first. In the third inning, Pearson drills one down the line in right field. Alvarez comes in to score, and Zach Lowen isn't too far behind. It's a 2-run triple for Pearson, and the Rebels lead 3-1. An inning later, Hunter Yerkes at the plate, pitch very high, and Jeff Walagi scores on the wild pitch to make it 4-1 Rebels. Minnetonka's down 4-2 in the bottom of the sixth, and then Jake Genzer delivers a hit up the middle to score Matt Haas and Jimmy Ramsey. Skippers battle back to tie at 4-4 after 6. But in the seventh, Lowen turns on the pitch and pounds it down the line and right. Walagi and Alvarez score on the play. Champlin Park adds one more, and they win 7-4 over Minnetonka. The West Lutheran softball team won over 20 games last season and reached their section final. The Warriors tried to continue a good start to this season when they faced upset-minded Heritage Christian on Thursday, top of the second. Megan Smith chopping a hit to the outfield for an RBI. 1-0 Heritage on this hit. Smith later scores for a 2-0 lead. Top of the fifth inning, Warriors tie it at 3. Miranda Wahlberg scores on the wild pitch. In the top of the sixth, West Lutheran blows it open. Sidney Capel taking the low pitch up the middle for a 2-out, 2-run double and a 6-3 Warriors lead. Afton Zemke drops a ball into shallow left field. That scores Capel with a run to make it 7-3. West Lutheran gets 2 more in the seventh, and they win 9-3 to improve to 3-0 on the season. A big junior class will lead the Maple Grove boys lacrosse team as it tries to repeat as section champions this spring. Here's Jason Malolo with a preview of the Crimson.
Maple Grove returns most of its midfielders and attackers for 2016, and most of those boys are juniors who played a lot last season.
It helps a ton. We kind of look at it as a 3-step process. When you're a sophomore, you're just kind of getting it all figured out. Now that they're juniors, they're really growing with what they figured out last year.
I really think it starts with us captains setting the tone, high energy in practice, in the locker room, picking people up when they're down.
Most of the holes Maple Grove will have to fill are on the defensive end, but goalie Frank Gates should stabilize the defense as new players learn their roles.
With our new coach here, his name's Chris, he's really helping our new defenders out, filling in those roles, and we're going to be all right.
In 2015, the Crimson upset Wayzata to win its first ever section title. That was a signature win for this program and something the team wants to build on.
We kind of viewed it as here's a chance to shock the world a little bit. We went down early in the game, clawed our way back through it, and ended up getting the win in overtime. So it was a lot of great emotion to carry forth on the season.
You know, having that expectation that that section's ours and not letting that be taken from us this year is a really huge thing for us, and we know if we just play our game and we can keep that as our title.
And with a lot of experience and good camaraderie among the players and coaches, the Crimson has high expectations this spring. Jason Malillo, 12 Sports.
The Crimson opens the season April 18th against Anoka. The hope for a better week of practice next week as far as the weather is concerned.
It's been tough.
Yeah, it has been.
Thanks, John. Coming up, from pupil to master, we have art in Maple Grove that spans generations.
We'll take a look coming up next. A different spin on a Broadway favorite makes its way to the stage at Osseo High School. Front Porch Musical Theater is putting on Music Man Jr. 70 kids ages 12 to 18 are putting on each show. The classic American tale is supported by some memorable music.
I feel like that some of the songs are definitely ones that people will recognize. 76 Trombones, Trouble, Till There Was You, the wonderful ballad that even later the Beatles made popular. So there are some memorable tunes that people will want to hum along with when they come.
The performances run this weekend and next, and for tickets and showtimes you can go to the frontporchmusicaltheater.com on the internet. Finally, art that showcases the talents of students and their teachers.
You see art in Maple Grove from students of Osseo area schools, and for the first time you can sample the talent of the teachers too. Neil Persley has the details in today's Weekend Showcase.
Just across Main Street from the Maple Grove government buildings, where the ISD 279 student art show is on display, is the natural counterpart, housed in the Maple Grove Art Center.
This is our District 279 Art Teachers Show. So all the artwork in this show is from actual teachers and former teachers of District 279 who teach artwork in the school district.
You may not know the instructors, but they come from very well-known schools.
We have Park Center High School, we have Osseo Senior High and Junior High, and also Maple Grove Senior High, with a couple of retirees from those schools also participating in the show.
The show is very eclectic.
We have a very wide range of mediums in this show, which is absolutely fabulous for any art director and any viewer of a gallery. So we do have acrylic work, we have black ink on paper, we have watercolor, we have drawing, we have ceramics, we have everything, something for everybody to enjoy.
Last summer I highlighted a work by Maple Grove Senior High art teacher Chad Manders, which was on display at the State Fair Fine Arts exhibition. Since then, he's added a female counterpart to his steampunk tech junkie, and they are both on display side by side.
A lot of these teachers know that art plays a very strong role in adolescent life. So, I mean, it's not just creating the artwork that they're teaching, they're creating the skills, the tools that can be utilized in other places and other facets of life that the arts can only teach.
Finally, I hope you get the chance to come by the Art Center and check out this exhibit, because it will be the last one in this location. The Maple Grove Art Center is having to vacate their space where they've been located for the past 8 years by the end of this month. For Weekend Showcase, I'm Neil Persley, 12 News.
There is an artist reception at the Maple Grove Art Center tonight at 7 o'clock with food and live music. The exhibit runs through April 29th. And boy, that goes from one end of the spectrum to the other.
All sorts
just about everything there.
Amazing.
That's all the time we have for now. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Have a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you back here again on Monday.